Best part of the show, Auspicious Op Ed. Let's say some words now, shall we? All right. I don't consider myself a team player in general terms, especially in terms of abstract political notions like patriotism and nationalism, primarily because most people in my demographic don't have any real clout or power that has been recognized or respected. From what I can tell, most of the mild mannered independent thinkers enjoy a quiet, peaceful life where everyone minds their own business, are not frequently heard on many soapboxes. But I think that is all changing, and that is very encouraging. It is clear that our individual sovereignty hasn't been respected very much since the 19th century, around the time of what appears to be a societal reset that only a brave few have been trying to alert us all to for decades. Now that our national sovereignty is abysmal at best across the Western world, it is time to very much question each and every encroachment to our basic human freedoms that are being eroded at a rate that hasn't been seen since the early 20th century. It is amazing to me watching all the affluent liars deluded with some notion that the world is somehow better or safer than it was 100 years ago when that is only true for the insatiable at the top whose moods fluctuate with economic data. Have there been improvements in specific things? Absolutely. But overall, looking at the big picture, when we look at the entire population, this notion of convenience and technology improving our lives is marginal or backwards in the case of the lesser 50% of society at a bare minimum. Science is bought, just like politicians, and the elite's preferred method of problem solving is ludicrous mathematics and think tanks composed of the least human like humans anyone could be dared to wrangle together in the name of humanity. I suppose the theme I started with is coming full circle now. There are no team players in any industry when we really look deeply into intent, goals, and values. I don't see myself as a team player normally, but now that I see how those on actual teams who need to work together for the sake of the greater good can't because it works against their self interests, perhaps I am more of a team player than I gave myself credit for, and maybe you are too. Who would have thought this big education, work, die in nursing home concept was just an excuse to expand and rebrand slavery? I'll be honest, none of this set right with me once I was school age and saw like how all of us were treated outside of our homes. It was awful. It clearly was a lifelong psyop that those who could not be brainwashed end up being persecuted, impoverished, incarcerated, involuntarily committed, or worse, because with enough dissidents, the others would obviously wake up. Let us become better team players. Let us look out for each other's best interests and let's help alert the others. Let's let them all know that we're awake, aware, and ready to assist in whatever ways we can. We are all unique, multifaceted beings once we become aware of the possibilities and put the effort in. Let's show them what beings of light can do when we get together and pool some resources and thoughts. If the dark forces could pull off what they have done with the time, resources, and methods they invested, just imagine what the forces of light can do. I assure you, it's exceptionally and exponentially greater what we could do given the same exact resources and time they have been so privileged to squander. And that brings us to the end of today's show.